So with the government shutdown, we're going to get no official data on the jobs numbers, GDP, and all the financial news that we need each day to figure out what's going on with these. What would I do if I was looking to buy a house in this market or maybe looking to refinance? So that's what we're going to talk about in today's video. Because if you're watching this video, you're most likely trying to figure out what's going on with these and the whys, and also what should I do? So in today's topic, that's what we're going to talk about. So without further ado, folks, let's get to today's news. So here's what we got going on right now. We got Treasury yields are little changed because investors really don't know what's going to go on because we have a blackout period right now. The federal government is basically in shutdown until next week, so we're really going to have no data the rest of this week. And we were anticipating the jobs report, and that's the number one thing that the Federal Reserve is monitoring right now. So if we go over to this thing here, we have a government shutdown. It's going to last until next week, so there's going to be no progress on this. So where are rates going to go? Where's the economic news going to come from? That's the dilemma we have right now. So if we go to the economic calendar, there's really nothing for today. We were supposed to have the initial jobless claims, continued claims, all the data that the Federal Reserve wanted to know. So how do you take this data today and use it to your benefit maybe? So if you're looking to buy a house right now, we're going to look at some of the numbers from where you were and where the numbers are now. If you're looking to refinance maybe, well, we're going to look at those numbers as well. And then I'm going to give you some tools that you can use to help figure this out on your own. Then if the numbers look right, and if you need some assistance, you can reach out to me for some guidance. And I'll give you my information down there because I'm licensed in all 50 states as well as Puerto Rico. And my slogan here is one application, one credit pool. We're going to compare your loan to over 30 different lenders. Now, how do we do that? I'll give you that information at the end of this video. You're here for this. So without further ado, folks, let's get today and compare what I would do if I was looking to buy or refinance. So to do that, basically, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go over to the rate update. This is our website. Okay, we have a bunch of new tools on here. If you're looking to figure out, a good time to refinance, I'm going to show you this RateWatch tool. This is RateWatch 2.0 that we just came up with. This thing's going to be awesome for homeowners out there. But I want to go over to those that are looking to buy right now. So let's move over to the calculators. We're going to go down and used calculators and videos. What we're going to do right now is we're going to click the calculator to compare loans. So just want to show you guys where you would have been maybe a couple months ago versus where you are now. So maybe you're getting an opportunity with all this mess happening behind the scenes to lock in now. Okay, it's just a thought. So let's get over to some of the numbers to see what the differences are. So if the average loan or the average purchase we're doing right now is about $335,000. So the rate just not too long ago was about 7.25, and now we're at 6.375. So what's the difference in your payment? Well, if you go over to here, it's almost $200. There'll be a savings over time of about $70,000 in interest. So you can play with these numbers just to see how much, maybe you were looking at that house back when the rates were 7.5 or 7.75, and you're like, those payments are ridiculous. Well, now look at some of the numbers. Or maybe look over to FHA programs. That 6.375 on this right here. Let's go with the FHA. FHA right now is at 6. So if you go back over to this number, you're going to plug in 6. Let's see what that number would look like. Okay, so that number would be, again, just almost $300 difference. But let's get over to those that already have closed on their home. They own the house now. And a lot of times people are saying, okay, I need the rate to be 1.5, or much lower than where it is now because I really have to eat up all those, because the savings I'm going to get is going to be eaten up by all the costs. Because remember when I bought that house, I had to pay a title fee, whichever that was. That was like $8,000. Then I had to pay escrows and prepaids. It came like $12,000. Well, just so you know, when you refinance, the costs are a fraction of what they were when you bought. Like in my house here, I did an analysis. If I were to buy my house here, and I live in Chicago, my title fees, and I kid you not, my title fees would be about $12,000. If I refinance, they're $995. So check out, see what the costs are. They might not be as bad as you think. So what you can do is you can go over to the calculators right through here, and you can go down to, should I refinance? Okay, so we're going to go over to this one, and now here's what the numbers look like. So let's say this person, like I said, the normal loan we do is about $335,000. So at $335,000, back about a year and a half ago, rates were 7.75. Yeah, they were 8% back in the end of 2023. So I just use 7.75 right now. So here's what the numbers would look like, and it gives you that payment right up through here. Now, if you were to refinance that mortgage with today's rates, how much would the savings be? You'd save almost $350 a month. So let's say your closing costs are $1,000, $2,000, maybe $3,000. Your break-even point's going to be in a couple months. So what you do now is you just roll on to this. So what I did in 2020, 2021, I refinanced 2 times. Yeah, 2 times. I went down to like 3.25, and then when a rate came at 2.625, I grabbed it, didn't look back, locked in, and that's the rate I have today. So you might have to do 1 or 2 steps. So that's basically how a lot of this stuff works. So here's what I want you to understand. We don't know. We're going to be in a blackout period for some time now. So I'm going to come in each day and still explain to you guys what's going on with the government, what's the economic news behind the scenes. What I want you to watch is we're going to watch the 10-year Treasury. Join me back each day because we're not going to have any financial data. So if you're out there and you're flying blind, watch the 10-year Treasury, but tune into my channel because we're going to focus in on the MBSs because this right here, this bond, this is a mortgage bond. What this does is it basically indicates what's going on with mortgage rates. All you need to know is this. If this bond price is going up, that means rates are coming down. So the bigger this goes up, the more rates are dropping. So you might say, okay, Dan, I'm just going to wait for this to just keep coming down. What might not come down. Let's say a government, they come to an agreement next week and all the markets settle back and rates go back right to where they were. You missed out on this opportunity. So look, just over the last couple of days, here's what the bond market did. We went from down here all the way up to here. All these marks through here are mortgage companies actually reducing their rates. So take advantage of these lower rates today because they might be gone tomorrow. So that's my advice for today. We go back to this, and I'm not thinking there's going to be much action in the market today. We got basically the bond market flat as a pancake. We go over to let's see what the stock market did. It did pretty well last night. I think it was it didn't crash, put it that way. Now let's look at across the board. The Dow Jones futures, it's in the red a little bit. We S&P's up a little bit, and NASDAQ. These might hit another record high. Oil's down. I'd love to see oil. Well, not right about $60, $61 a barrel is great because if you go below $60 a barrel, a lot of oil companies are going to slow down production because they're kind of losing money under $60 a barrel. So they need a 60 or plus to make a profit. But once it gets to 70, it's inflationary. So I want this to say about 65 or lower. Let's go to cryptocurrencies, see how it's doing for the day. This is telling us that the risk position is kind of moving the pendulum. So a lot of investors right now might be moving out of stocks. What are they moving into? Right now looks like a good investment into Bitcoin. Not telling you what to do. It's just that's what looks like the market's doing right now. So that's telling me risk is still on the table a little bit, but the markets are just kind of flying blind because of the data. So my recommendation is today, reach out to us. Let us know if we can help you. I would look at locking in these rates right now because I don't know where they're going to go down the future. We got the 10-year Treasury doing really well today. So don't look a gift horse in the mouth, folks. At least look at the numbers. See if it makes sense. So in the financial news for today, like I said, we're flying blind. So I'll give you my take latter part of the day at the closing bell on how this stuff ends for the day. I will have a live event today for you guys to ask me questions about home buying and refinancing, just to get those out of the mix because a lot of people really don't know how to refinance. So that's my report for today. That's what I would do in this market. Don't look the gift horse in the mouth because these rates could pop up fast, but they also are coming back down. So work with a professional, reach out to us so we can help you with this. How do you do that? We'll just go to the rateupdate.com. Here is all my information right through here. Let's go to the top up through here. Let's get back to my website. Let's go back to the rateupdate.com, and here it is. We just added 2 new tools in here. This is the RateWatch tool. So if you're looking to refinance and you're like, I really don't know what rate I want, go down through here and fill out this information. Even if you did it before, this one is like the RateWatch on steroids. This is going to be monitored by me, and I'm using AI to help me in the background, plus Excel spreadsheets and other things. So don't be surprised if one day when you sign up with this, within a few days, I'm calling you to go over and say, hey, your RateWatch just triggered. Let's go over that new payment, what the costs are going to be, what your break-even point is, and does it make sense? And if it does, get the paperwork started and locked in. If not, we'll add you back to the calculation to see those rates drop a little bit more. If you're out there looking to buy, please do yourself a favor and check this one right through here. This is the grant up to $7,000. You don't have to pay back. What's happening right now is a lot of people are getting down payment assistance loans, and when they go to refinance, when the rates are coming down, they can't. Because with this, plus the old loan they have, they owe more on their house than it's worth. It's not like the house value dropped. It's just because they got a down payment assistance loan that was a loan. This one is basically free. There's no paybacks and there's no payment needed and no lien on your property. So check out those programs and more at therateupdate.com. But that is my report for today. Folks, I'm licensed in all 50 states as well as Puerto Rico. My slogan here is one application, one credit pool. We're going to compare your loan to over 30 different lenders. How do we do that? Well, our bank that I work with, we're set up with over 30 different lenders to use their programs, their rates, to ensure you guys are getting the best rate in town as well as the lowest mortgage. So instead of you shopping on your own, just put in your application right here. It's one application, one credit pool. We're going to compare you with over 30 lenders. Thanks for watching, folks. Have a great afternoon. Be safe out there. And I'll see you about 2 o'clock Central Time. We're going to go over any questions that you have, and then I'll be back at the closing bell. See you then. Bye-bye.